Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Who's all there? Everybody there? So let
Okay.
me switch this here. GDS.
Whoa. Not gonna do that one.
Boom,
Do
boom, boom.
that one.
Okay, let me turn that off. You guys there?
I'm here.
Yes.
Rock and roll. Okay. I'm gonna kick the tune here. Let's fucking start it up. Gotta go to my inbox.
I want to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna fill mine up while I'm at it here. Where did my growler go? There it is. Ah. How's Don Tang rocking tonight?
I just got done painting.
Ah, all over
Yeah.
her face.
No. Let me see. Can I make it zoom?
I had some shit I wanted to start with tonight. GW there?
Look at that motherfucker.
What the heck is that shit?
This thing, he smokes. He's like a tree. You got like 3 heads, and he smokes. Or I guess 2 heads. And you put like incense in the ass end of him, and he like billows out smoke. It's kind of cool.
Where the fuck is this? Okay, we already did this shit. Some of this stuff I gotta fucking knock off the list.
You got a list?
Well, I star everything. And then like the Christmas shit needs to go away. Got all that gone. Okay. Let's see here.
So Al, have you heard of Dark Horse Comics?
I have.
Dark Horse Comics. No, I have not. What is
Yeah.
that?
It's another company like Marvel or DC or Image,
Uh-huh.
and they're actually the 3rd largest comic book company. But what they don't make a lot of their own original content. What they do is license a lot of TV shows and movies, and they make comic books about those TV shows and movies.
Oh, really?
And they had the Star Wars contract since the 80s. They've had the Star Wars contract. And now that Marvel... What's that?
So what the hell are they doing?
Well, they've been publishing a lot of Star Wars comic books since the 80s, right? Lots and lots of them. And now that Star Wars, George Lucas sold the Star Wars name and license to Disney, and Disney also owns the name and license for all the Marvel characters and the Marvel line. Disney decided to revoke Dark Horse's license to sell Star Wars comic books. So Marvel now started, as of January 1st, started selling all the Star Wars lines, right? The Star Wars comic books. But Dark Horse was so pissed off that Marvel was doing this and that they lost this license. I mean, it was expected, right? I mean, but Dark Horse was just kind of pissed off about it. So they sold their entire collection of back-ordered, their backlog, their whole collection, which was about 25 years worth of comic books. They sold it for $300.
Wait. How much?
$300, so you could download every single comic book from Dark Horse, every single Star Wars comic book they ever published. You could download it for $300, and it's about a 25. If you were to buy them all at face value, it'd be about $2,500 just to do that. And they sold it for $300, a huge deal. And of course, I bought my downloaded share of Dark Horse. So I have the entire collection of Star Wars comic books for $300. It's pretty cool.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Hey, how's this? Can you guys see this Muhammad cartoon?
I totally can, but I can't read it. What's it say?
It says, "How was it for you?" It says, "I want my mommy." Because I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Muhammad's last wife was 13 years old. Her name was Asia.
Yeah.
Okay, let me kick the intro here, and we'll get this fucker rocking and rolling. I got two things here to start it off, and it's gonna lead into good things. So. Okay, I'm muting you guys, and then we will kick it live. Here we go.
Did you guys hear the one about Muhammad's girlfriend called him a pedophile? He looked at her and said, "That's an awfully big word for a 9-year-old."
Coming to you live on your chin. This is the Going Deep Show.
Fighting for the powers of evil because good is dumb. This is the Going Deep Show. I'm the Kid. Thank you for listening. Tonight in studio, it's a packed house. We have 0 people actually physically here with me, but mentally, I don't think they could be as in the gutter as me, but they can come close. It's, first of all, the wondrous world of GW-less.
In the house, kid. What's happening?
How's it going, boys? Also, Donald Tang. How's it going, Tangy?
It's going. Fuck Nancy Grace.
How come I can't see you? Why do I see just like a blank sheet of paper?
Because I'm covered in paint. I'm not camera ready today.
You got Bukake? Is that what you're telling me?
I got Bukarcade.
You got Bukake. Also joining us, the Big Red Man. Big Red Man!
A to the Z. What's up?
Not too much. If you want to reach us, send us an email, studio@goindeepshow.com. Oh, my Lord. What's on tap? I'm drinking Tri-City Brewery, Shovel Strong. I don't know what everybody else is drinking, but... Dude, you drinking some shit tonight? You got up early.
I got the Small Craft Warning Uber Pills. Never heard of this beer. It's from Baltimore. I discovered this Texaco gas station on my way home from work that has this huge selection of beer. Like this little tiny Texaco has all these crazy beers. They have 4 different Bell's beers. They have a whole rack of like 1 liter Doppelbox and whatnot. I couldn't believe it, man. This little shitty Texaco has all these beers. So I tried something new. Yeah, it's very nice.
Gotta love it. Got to love it. I'm a big, a fan of all the beers. I don't care what it is. My wife, she gets the certain tastes and shit. I fed her some stuff today, and she's like, I don't like that. I don't like it. It's just I agree. Everybody's got their own taste buds on that bullshit. Whatever. Yeah. Leading off tonight's episode of the show is something important to me, and that is my Netflix queue. I don't know about you guys. Big Red Man, you got a Netflix queue?
I do, but you know what? I've stopped using it.
I go through these like ruts. In the wintertime, I will kind of like revisit my Netflix queue. Do you spend more time like collecting shit to go on your queue, or do you actually like watch this stuff?
Well, if you collect stuff in your queue, this is something I found, and once you put it in your queue, you can watch it, even if Netflix cancels that show or that movie or takes it off of the streaming for a little bit.
Seriously? I didn't
You can
know
only
that.
watch it. You can only watch it once though. So as long as it's in your queue, you can watch it. But as soon as you take it out of your queue, you can't get it back into your queue.
Dante,
Or if you
Dante?
or
You
once
know
you
that,
watch
Dante?
it,
That's some gangster inside information right there.
That is very, very good info.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. But one of the reasons I
so
bring this up,
if there's something you're really interested in, you got to put it in your queue. Otherwise, you're going to lose it.
queue that shit up.
Good.
I don't think I've ever put anything. I'm not a queue person. I definitely not a queue person. I just kind of watch a show and then see the suggested related content. And I just kind of watch that and see how long it takes me to get to Hitler.
So
I have shit in my queue. I have shit in my queue I'm never ever gonna watch. I don't know why. It's there.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true. The thing is, Dante has turned me on to this show, and I don't know if you guys have seen this Black Mirror show. Have you seen the Black Mirror?
No.
Dude, that's about to get canceled. Do you have it in your queue?
I do have it in my queue. And
Yeah,
it's
because It's a BBC show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they lost like their BBC
Netflix.
contract, right?
Yeah,
They're pulling
Netflix just
off.
announced that they lost their BBC license as of January 31st. So
No
What
shit.
you've
the
got to catch up to
fuck?
that show, or you've got to put it in your queue. And they may have fixed that queue glitch. Because I call it a glitch because I pretend like Netflix didn't know about it or some shit. But it's been a while since I've tested this, but it used to work for me. Like I used to have all of the West Wing in there, and then Netflix canceled West Wing for a little while. And my West Wing stayed in there, but when I would watch an episode, I would lose it. I'd never get it back. But then Netflix re-signed on with NBC and was able to get the West Wing back about a year later. But yeah, so
Okay,
something you gotta do.
Dante turned me onto this thing, and I've had it sitting there. I watched the first one today. Okay, Zach and Redman. GW, you're not aware of what this is? The first
No.
episode of this show was like the British Prime Minister gets put on the spot during a hostage situation, and the demands are that he has to fuck a pig on air, on live TV for the entire planet to watch. And I was just like, I was disturbingly totally enthralled with this. I'm like, oh my god, is he really gonna do it?
It's their only demand too. They capture the princess, the English princess, whatever, the queen's daughter, and he's gonna fuck the pig to get her back.
The only way you can save face on that is if you said, "Bring me 3 pigs, I'm gonna fuck them all."
Yeah.
Bring me the terrorist wife. Bring me the terrorist mom.
Yeah, you got it. I'm into this.
So
it is a good show.
But the thing is, what it does is it totally puts you on the spot about, okay, you watch this thing and you immediately ask yourself, okay, would I resort to this to save somebody's life? And the whole time I'm thinking like, hell no, I'm not gonna fuck a goddamn swine. There's no way. I'm not gonna do it.
Well, the worst part about that was he went for like an hour. Like he couldn't get off, so he just kept going. He was on TV and he just kept going for like an hour.
Oh my god!
Did you watch it in real time, like the show 24? Like they actually?
It's just an hour of a guy like
entire episode of just him fucking a pig.
So and Don Tang here, he gave me the inside scoop of kind of what the show is about. I watched the first one, and I'll tell you this right now: if you're gonna start watching a TV show, okay, it was like a 46-minute show, and this is the first one you see. I question whether or not I want to see the next one and the one after that. It's like the first one had pig fucking in it. Do I want to watch the next one?
Where's this? Like, do we start high octane, or are we building up to something?
No, they're all really weird. They're not connected to one another either. They're all standalone stories, and they are all just really far out there. It's kind of like a look at
a Twilight Zone type thing.
It's kind of like a Twilight Zone. It's a look at what our society would be like
with pig fucking.
We made one extra screw up. If we fucked one more thing up, then we've already fucked up. That's pretty much what it is. Like if we fuck up just the right way, this is totally possible.
Dante, I don't like that you're just a sheet of paper. I need to see your motherfucking ass. I can't get a gauge on you. Show me your face.
My ass?
Reveal yourself. Are you fucking a pig right now as you're doing this show?
Well, you can't see anyways.
You know what? House of Cards was a show that made me realize Netflix had the "Are you still watching?" thing.
Yeah.
Like I marathoned the fuck out of that show, and when I first saw that, they'll automatically start playing next episode when it finally came up. Like, are you still watching? I'm like, holy shit, this is my day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna watch this shit.
That kicks in after 3 episodes now, though.
Oh, does it?
If you're watching one of those 20-minute shows, you could be like an hour into watching TV, and it's like, are you still watching it? Bitch, of course I'm still watching. It's only been an hour.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah.
So what I want Don Tang to do, though, is to tell me, today you kind of teased me slightly about the next, I think, episode 3 of the Black Mirror, and what it was someone who records, or there's a contact lens or something of capabilities to record all aspects of life. Just give me the lowdown on it. I want to know because I think it's going to bring up some very good points here that we need to consider. Because I like to record everything. I like to have a documentation on life because you're only here for a while. You're only here for a short amount of time. And then when you're gone, and you're just leaving all this shit behind. So tell me what this third episode of Black Mirror, what is the thing that, because you kind of said, like, you don't want to do that, it's going to fuck shit up. It's kind of what you said.
Yep. So essentially the premise of it is everybody gets this implant kind of behind their ear, and then there's a second piece to it that is a contact lens. The contact lens records everything that's going on, and then you can rewind and play back the footage from since you got the implant put in, and rewatch everything that you saw through your own eyes. And you can also display it on screens throughout your house and show other people what was going on.
Oh, that's a disturbing part right there.
So it starts out with a guy, he goes in for a job interview, and he's experiencing this job interview, and then he goes back and watches it over and over and over again to see all these verbal cues, or these nonverbal cues, as to whether or not he got the job, and he's like stressing out over it, and he's having this hard time with it. And that's not so bad. That's, kind of legitimate use of it. But what happens is he starts obsessing over all these really little details from his life, and it ends up being really bad for him in the end. And there was some weird things, like people would use it. They would have like really shitty sex, but they would play back videos of themselves having sex when it was really good.
This makes me think of like,
so going at it all crazy, and then it cuts to what they're actually doing, and they're like just spooning in bed, like.
This reminds me of like Mark Weiner, the politician, couldn't figure out how to use Twitter, so he sent dick pics public. Like, could you imagine if this shit happened in real life? Like, there would be so many like congressmen like fucking underage girls, and then just accidentally like YouTube me live.
Right. There would be.
That'd be awesome.
Dantang, you have got to move whatever you're doing, because every time you talk, it cuts to like white.
Dantang is naked.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude? Are you beating up right now?
I am beating up.
Just at least point it at some fucking relevant. I mean, point it at a picture or some shit. So every time you talk, point it at like a goddamn picture of your cat. Point it at a cat or some shit, man. What the hell?
At a cat?
Point it at something besides like a blank screen.
Hold on a second here.
Don't you have like a troll or some like Ewok or some shit you can put in front of the camera?
What do I got here?
You gotta do it.
Like what's the real deal, Dantang? Like, what, you didn't comb your hair today, so you can't be on camera? Like,
I'm covered in navy blue paint.
Who gives a crap? Look at me. Look at me.
Like
Look at
like Blue Man Group, that kind of blue.
Who's
Like
gonna? Yeah, show that crazy statue you got.
There
What
you
is
go.
that thing? What is that thing?
It's a incense burner thing.
You're
Looks like
high on
Groot.
something. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like
so
Groot.
is a bong?
Actually, you probably could.
Smoke that shit. I want to talk, we do another show here on Wednesday nights, and it's called Blood Boilers, and this is a topic that I kind of was thinking was going to straddle both Blood Boilers and the Going Deep show. Did you see that Senator Reid was working out? Old man working out, first of all. You got to give him the workout, okay? If you're an old fucker, what are you thinking? I'm going to stay in shape, my flabby arms. I got to have a little muscle tone. So he's working with a resistance band. He friggin' goes to do some, bicep maneuver, and pow, right in the face. Did you see the pictures of him after that?
Yeah, he might be blind in his one eye.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
He might look like that blue thing.
Wait, didn't he also fall off his treadmill just a few days ago, too?
What the hell is this?
I thought he also fell off his treadmill a couple days ago and broke his arm or broke his leg or something like that.
He's trying to commit suicide, I think.
That
He
is
is.
crazy.
He's doing videos. He's doing like the what OK Go. He's doing like an OK Go video. You ever seen that one? The
Actually, he woke up one day and his 23-year-old intern wanted to have sex with him. He's like, "Holy fuck, I'm getting old."
But like, I mean, to get a resistance band in the face, that's some scary stuff. That is. You get your eyeball taken out.
That is why I do not work out. That is why I do not work out. I will never have a gym room accident. That is for sure. Never drop a dumbbell on my foot.
That's
I'll
why I
never
said,
pinch my dick between two fucking plates. I'll be fine.
you know, cardiac arrest is just a nice, clean way to go, you know?
We had this
Yeah,
conversation just today. I said, I want to go with either a heart attack or brain aneurysm. Just put me down. I don't need pain. I don't want cancer just sapping my energy and just
Dude, I
making
want to
me.
get shot in the back of the head jumping out of some hot chick's house by her jealous husband. That's what I want. So,
Doesn't sound terrible.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely not.
yeah.
That's a good plan.
But I want to be
like
80 when I'm doing that, so...
that. Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
Viagra, all things are possible.
No, you just get like a ridiculous surgery. Be like, I want you to turn me into a dolphin. They'll be like, what? I'll pay for it. You pay them, and then it's something so ridiculous that of course you're gonna die on the operating table because they put you under, and you're fine because you're not feeling shit.
That's great. Yeah, we would all got a $500,000 from Grandpa, but he decided to have a dorsal fin.
Yeah, like something ridiculous.
So okay, now not to veer too far from this recording all aspects of life thing. I know we talked, just briefly about it, but what's your take? Because I grew up as somebody who was very curious about my past, about my relatives, and it's the whole reason that a site like, what is it, Ancestry.com or whatever,
yeah.
These sites, you want to know about your relatives and what they did, what their occupations were, and what they, and all these kind of things. But for me, I'm very twisted, and I have these crazy thoughts, and I record them all, and I put them out on the internet. So it's kind of like for my kids, like I know my older daughter, she's probably tuned in and listened to me be a complete moron idiot on the mics, but she, for some reason, no matter how stupid and the things that I say here, no matter how dumb they are, the bottom line is I hope it made her chuckle for at least a split second, okay? I'm a big goofball, and I like to just not take life too seriously. So I'm hoping that the days when I'm gone, they can go back and listen to that. I wish I could do that with my grandpa in years past. So, growing up being somebody who journals things and keeps track of stuff and writes down dates and tries to remember when things happened. I mean, Dantang, how often do I say, hey, on this date last year or 5 years ago we did this or 10 years ago we did that. I'm always constantly remembering what happened in the past.
You are very much that way.
Yeah, so what's your guys' take on that? Do you not, 10 years ago, would you like to know what you were doing on this day?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting no matter how drunk we are. You can pull it up on the internet. But yeah, it's funny, when you talk about family history, my family history is funny. Like on the one side, I have a lot of people that spent time in psych wards and fucking people that were murderers. And on that same side of the family, actually, if you're familiar, White's Beach in Pinconning was my great-grandfather donated that land to the Saguenay natives. And now apparently they're building casinos on it. Yeah, so that side of the family is pretty crazy. The other side is pretty normal Polak, drunken Polak shit. But yeah, on my dad's side, we have people who are in psych wards or murdering people, and we have people that owned a lot of land and donate to natives, and I have some medicine. My great-great-grandfather was a medicine man for the Saguenay Native tribe and shit like that. Some interesting shit. But you're right, Al. At this point, when a few generations later, people are going to be able to look back on this and, I don't know, find out they're going to think I was a racist, misogynistic asshole. Which I guess that's right.
The thing that concerns me though is, yeah, there is a lot of these recordings, and as technology improves, like Google Glasses and other things like this, and this contact lens that this show talks about, all that stuff is interesting. The recording in itself is interesting, but what I find to be probably more valuable would be the ability to search through that stuff. Instead of having to listen to hours and hours of G-Dub talk about his family being racist and owning beaches up in Pinconning, maybe I want to just put in keywords that say Gary White, Pinconning, White Beach, and get the story. And so I think the value will be when we figure out a way to pretty much tag all of the things that we're talking about and create these giant databases. And then these databases would probably be more useful to researchers and historians in the future by being able to search through all this stuff rather than having to sit through 27 episodes of the Going Deep show to find the one episode where somebody said something.
Well,
I think that'll be more valuable.
There's services out there that will take an audio file and like transport, just do the transcripts of it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Well,
I mean.
Do you think?
Even images, though, not just recorded. Sorry, not just recording, taking, transposing the transcripts of the show, but also the video of the show too. How and actually recording or not recording the videos, but somehow making the videos searchable as well. And each individual, like what episode was it that Gary had the Muhammad and his bride cartoon on it, and stuff like that. And that'll be what's I think will be interesting in the future for research and historical purposes.
Yeah. I get. The thing is, like, somebody's like, I've said this. I've had this speech to people before. They're like, "Who wants to hear you talk about the times you were beaten off and doing all sorts of shit?" No, I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but that's just part of fucking life. I mean, everybody who is on the planet has these crazy fucking thoughts. They just kind of keep it to themselves. I like to have everything out there, so there's really nothing you can call me out on. I like that. I think it's a cool thing. So, whatever.
Real quick on family history, I know this isn't real GDS worthy because it doesn't have sex and boobs.
It's fine.
But,
whatever. I don't care. Let's do it.
But I know Zach will appreciate this. One of Jess's, my fiance's direct relatives was, I think it's Robert Livingston, who was one of the founding fathers that helped write the Constitution. So assuming both of us are not shooting blanks and we have children, my kid's direct relative will be a founding father.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Like the typical painting you see of the founding fathers that's up in the Capitol building. A lot of history books have them all numbered. He's in that painting with, he was like a close friend of Thomas Jefferson and whatnot.
But he never became the president.
No, he did not.
No, I'm totally. I think I prefer keeping as much to myself as I can. Really, I don't want to have all that stuff recorded of me. Just personal.
Too fucking late, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, there's some things. It's okay to record some things, but there's so much shit that you do that's just so mundane. If you were to record everything that happened to you, you would have a third of your life be sleeping and another third of your life be working.
Well, no shit, dude. Who fucking records that? That's just dumb.
Well, that's the premise of the show that we were talking about. They did record everything.
What? Seriously?
Literally every single interaction that they had, they could go back and watch.
No, that's a colossal waste of time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, recording your free time, sure. I can see that, but just recording everything, that just seems...
No, but how... Okay, and here's the way I look at life in general and doing anything regarding this show and hanging out with my friends. How often do you guys go out to the bars and when you get home that evening think, I had a heck of a time tonight, that was a good time, and then you get up the next day and you think, okay, I'm hungover like shit, but you sit there and you'll discuss what you did the night before. Oh, man, you're not going to believe we went here, we did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. Right? That's pretty much, you're sitting there discussing what happened the night prior.
Right.
And that's pretty much what this shit is. All this show is if you see people, I've always described it as this. If you see people at the bar and they're having a good time laughing, but you're not included in their conversation, you're at a different table, and you see people uproaring. In Big Red Man, you've been out with Jay a number of times, and you're just laughing it up, hooping and hollering and having a good time, and you see other people turning... Oh, come on. And you see people turning over and looking at you while this is going on. Every person who turns and looks is thinking, what the hell are those guys talking about? What are they talking about? And they want that. They want to know. They want to hear it. That's all this is. It's just reliving those stories where that's what's going on. And I think that's one of the reasons that when we grew up, what's the one show we watched when we were young? We watched... and shows like Cheers, right? Okay, do you guys watch Cheers when you were younger?
Yeah.
Right. And where is the show based? It's based in a bar. It's based around a group of people just shooting the shit, and having stories and telling stories. That's all it is. That's all TV shows are nowadays. If you look at a lot of the TV shows that now, they're all based around bars and based around this and that, and just documenting the antics that they do. It's no different with us. It's the same kind of thing. But yes, of course, nobody wants. Who the fuck is going to tune in? Hey, here's 3 hours of me freaking sleeping. I roll over 4 times before I wake up, and then I go out. Of course, that's just dumb. Who does that?
Right.
Do you guys remember though when the internet started getting big, that was a really popular thing. A lot of, or not a lot, but a few people were recording everything that was going on in their bedroom, and people were tuning into that like crazy, almost like the Truman Show type shit, you know?
Yeah,
So
I
it
remember
was
those.
popular at one point for a little bit, but you know it faded away once everyone had access to webcams and shit like that. So
Of course, isn't that MTV? Like, you know,
yeah,
Even for your free time, how much of your free time do you really spend doing cool stuff? You know what I mean? Like, you go out to the bar a couple nights a week, but you're, you know, the time you're home and you're mowing the grass or you're working on the fucking garage or whatever, you're, you know, eating dinner. It's all pretty boring
tell
stuff
you-
that you really.
I tell you what, if you guys could record my 6 hours of work teaching at a fucking psych ward, that would be the #1 show on the fucking planet.
It probably would. That would be more interesting.
Yeah, like fuck the 10 beers I slammed down at happy hour on the way home. Like, my job could be a fucking great show if it wasn't for HIPAA.
But you guys just wait. Yeah, no shit. GW, you'd have your own goddamn show, man. Okay, we got about 5 minutes up to the show, but what I want to do is actually only 4. There was a story that I read just prior to coming out here to record tonight, and it was. I thought of you, Gita, right away because you probably have to deal with this. There was a story I read about a girl who, like, drilled some dude with a chair and beat the shit out of him. Had to get stitches, and the cops have arrested her, I think, because this guy crop dusted her. That's the story. This guy crop dusted her. She gets pissed and beats the shit out of the guy because he got fucking crop dusted.
Nice.
When I read it, I was just like, whoa, hold up. I had to read it twice because it was so fucking.
dude, that happens so often at this house that I forget when I've crop dusted my wife. You know.
Didn't I tell that story on the show? Like, in between me moving out of my rental and me buying a house, I was staying at like an extended stay, and there was like this ghetto chick on the phone, and like I think she was like staying in front of the snack machine. I wanted to use the snack machine or something, and I really had to fart, so I just crop dusted her ass and walked away. I think I talked about that in the show, but it was so bad, dude. Like on my way walking back to the room, Jess could still smell it, dude. It was bad.
Here's I'm gonna read this leading graph to this because and here's what's messed up. Okay, I'm passing along my sick, twisted ways to my kid. I made her read this headline: teenage girl assaults classmate for farting. That's the thing. 17-year-old student at South Richmond High School in Staten Island, New York, had reason to believe that her classmate had farted on her. In response, the 17-year-old picked up a metal stool and struck the alleged flatulent kid in the head. Now authorities are involved, according to the Staten Island Advance. Joaquin Rosado is now facing charges related to second and third degree felony and misdemeanor assault, as well as criminal weapons possession and harassment. The Monday afternoon incident took place inside a school which specializes with kids, special needs, and disabilities. So, of course, G-Dub, you know, you've dealt with these people. You've dealt with these kind of crazies before. You've had to beat some shit down, haven't you?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I deal with farting on a daily basis. I do.
We all do, G-Dub. We all do.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. At least twice a day, I remind the kid that they can step outside the classroom and fucking let that go. I always have a Febreze in my desk.
Again, for all you future people who are related to me, this is the type of shit that entertains me. Farts and poopy stories. All right, we're down to our last minute of the show. Let's give Big Red Man some words here. What's the final word from you, big guy?
One time I farted right in my wife's face, and I gave her pink eye.
Oh my God! Seriously?
That was
Oh,
pretty
that's amazing.
embarrassing. Yeah.
That's amazing. Dude, Red farted the other night.
Ask Jay about it. Ask Jay about it.
Oh my God, that's gonna be top story next episode. Pink eye directly into the eye from the asshole. Don Tang, words from you, brother.
I can't top that, so
That's pretty amazing. It is.
I don't even know.
G-Dub.
Show title: Crop Dust leads the pink eye. Man, there's nothing. That's it.
Everybody, I am. This is the Going Deep Show.
And fuck
Thank
Nancy
you for
Grace.
tuning in. Hit us up, studiogoingdeepshow.com. Chill to the next one. God damn, you seriously did that shit?
Yeah, I was. So this was Jay had just invited Lisa over for the very first time, but his fucking ass had to work. And before he went to work, him and I went to like IKEA or someplace, and we bought a fucking bed because he was living on the floor on a mattress in his bedroom that was all shitty and everything. So he went to the store, bought a bed, but he couldn't put it together because he had to go to work. And so, me being the very generous roommate that I was, Rachel and I were putting this bed together, and I was bent over putting a piece together, and she was right behind me, bent over, putting another piece together, and I was in my underwear, and I just let one rip big time.
Oh my
right
God.
when she happened to look up to ask me a question, and her face was right in my ass.
That is amazing.
A day and a half later, she ended up coming down with pink eye, and she claims to this day that it's because I farted in her face. But
Wow.
That's a powerful fart, dude.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That is pretty impressive.
Every time I say the word crop
Jay
dust, it reminds me.
Jay always gives me shit about that. So
There's a comedian. I don't know which one. I think it may have been Jim Gaffigan. He goes, I feel sorry for Arabs or Muslims who actually want to get into crop dusting. That's just a field they can't get into.
Yeah, what if that is funny? That is funny. Like, what if you're like, it's
It's
like
like a family business back in Iraq, crop dusting. You come to the States.
it's like September 2001, and you're Arab and you're in America studying, and you decide to become a pilot. Like, what happens to you? Like, who's gonna fucking hire you to fucking fly a commercial jet?
yeah,
Like, it's not gonna happen.
Nobody.
yeah. Eastern Michigan has a pilots program, and their office is right next to my office. I have never seen an Arab student sitting outside the office waiting to talk to the professors.
Is that the
Not
studio,
once,
the
and
recording
I've,
studio place that's downstairs right there that keeps you up at night?
Next door to the biggest Arab population in the United States, too.
Yeah, no,
I think it's the biggest
yeah,
Middle Eastern population outside of the Middle East. It's in
yeah,
the world.
I think
Now-
it is.
Now I got to ask you guys this, okay?
Yeah, it is.
Don Tang, we talked in GW. We talked about the Detroit crime statistics and being violent, and all that. Like, what was it? Did we talk about like being more violent than like Mexico City or some shit last time we recorded?
Detroit edged out Mexico City.
Right. So
and,
if you add on top of that the fact that outside of the Middle East, that the biggest Arab concentration of people is right there too. Think about that. That's even crazier.
per
was-
capita too. It was 10 times as violent as New York City. 10
Yeah.
times.
It's smart because there's nothing to bomb or burn out left in Detroit. People are Arabs.
It's their testing
It
grounds.
looks like downtown Baghdad, and it's just like home for them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they bomb a building, nobody's gonna fucking notice that anything happened to it. So
Yeah,
You're like, whoa.
You
something
live
happened.
you live into the Detroit area. You have no fear about traveling anywhere on this goddamn planet. That's for sure.
yeah.
Except the Don Tang. What were we looking at today? We were looking at the damn Mount Everest pictures. Have you guys seen some of these
Fuck
photos?
That shit is crazy.
Have you seen this, guys? The Mount Everest. When somebody dies up there, there's no bringing them back. They're just
Oh,
frozen
yeah,
dead
they leave 'em.
laying all over the place up there.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
that-
like 6 months ago. There was some hikers that were going up there took a path that had been closed off for a long time because of it was really frozen, but because ice caps are melting everywhere, it had recently opened up for them to take this path, and they found bodies from famous explorers that had died on this mountain that people never knew what happened to them, if they ever made it to the top or if they made it to the bottom. And these bodies were from like 1940s and 1950s.
Yeah, before it even got climbed ever, officially.
Yeah.
Right.
I always wondered if people made the top and then it's really foggy. Like, you imagine that shit?
You can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
You're so far up.
It's like, motherfucker, I cut off 5 of my toes for this shit, you know?
Yeah, it does. And it was probably before you could just go like, what does it look like from Mount Everest's peak on
Yeah,
Google?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that looks
you
great.
can
That looks
just
cool.
Google
All right,
images.
all right, I'm
Yeah,
over it.
why doesn't
It's
anybody
only a
do
matter of time
that?
until someone takes a camera up there and shoots enough that you can get your Oculus out and you just look around and be like, whoa, that's cool.
That's true. Why doesn't anybody
Or-
do that shit anymore, man? Like, hitting Google Images is
I
so much
want-
easier. Like,
Dude, I wonder if anyone's ever carried one of those Google cameras up there and you can street view it all the way up to the top.
Yeah. You just gotta lug it up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. That would be
28,000 feet. You
Dude,
can't carry
you know
your
all those
ass
Sherpas? Think about all those Sherpas that actually help these European and American climbers get up there.
Yeah, some of those
They're like,
Sherpas
oh
go
yeah, I've been to the top of the Mount Everest 4 times now, just in the past 3 months. You know,
Well,
I mean,
the thing I was
it's
reading,
amazing.
they make $125 a trip, is what they make. The Sherpas do,
wow.
and
That's
the average Sherpa makes $5,000 a year. So if you do the math on that, it works out to whatever number of trips per year. They're making multiple trips per year to the top. And
Oh my god.
and the crazy thing is, they're making, like, the average person in Nepal makes $700 a year. So they're making like way tons of money compared to their,
Yeah.
neighbor.
Baller.
And they're making
They're living large. They're making it rain.
like, look at all these $1 bills I have.
Up in the Buddhist hut with the chains.
I have $5,100 bills.
On that note, I gotta go to bed, gentlemen.
All right, me too. Yeah, we gotta get rock and roll. I gotta pee again. So
Yep.
good stuff tonight, boys.
All right, guys. Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
Don Tang and your cold wooden statue shit. I don't know what the hell your problem is. You get paint on your face or some shit. What is going on?
I do.
Show your goddamn face on the damn camera. Oh, you son of a bitch. All right, boys. All right, I'll see you later, man. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Yep. Bye.